What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with 14 weeks out physique update from the mutant Nick Walker. Not that the weight matters a lot, but the man is 5'6" and still over 300 pounds. So this is as big as it gets. And Nick Walker has already made it pretty clear that he's done playing the aesthetics game and he doesn't want to fix his shape anymore. And his plan for this upcoming Pittsburgh Pro is that to come in big as a house and bring back that freak factor that made him the mutant to begin with. Now Nick Walker at this point has to live with the fact that his squats from the front, especially the sweep, they are most probably gonna stay the same, no matter how different he trains them, no matter how hard he pushes in the gym. But we have to keep in mind the man has got some great strengths as well. I mean, just take a look at the size of his leg from the side, in the side shot, and also in the back double biceps. His legs from the back are humongous. And no wonder he said it right in front of Derek Lunsford that he beats him in both the side shots. And he has the freak factor. So the bicep peaks on Nick Walker, they are ridiculous as well. And his front double biceps is looking pretty damn solid right now. For him being 14 weeks out, that is a very impressive look. Now some of us thought that Nick Walker won't talk much at all, especially during this prep during this year, and let his physique do all the talking on the stage, because he had made big claims in the past as well. But his only prediction about himself that became true was winning the Arnold back in 2021. So Nick Walker is talking big again. And don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with that. It will lead to more hype and more engagement from the fans. But the fact is he has to back all that up on the stage. And it is nice to see guys like Louis Breed supporting Nick Walker, as there has been too much focus and attention on the aesthetics and on those classic lines, especially in the last couple of years. And the mass monsters, they also deserve some real credit as well. Guys, Mr. Olympia Signature Series is now live on hostile.com. Use the code FAZI10 to get 10% discount and click the arrow below to check out all the Hostile products. Next up, we have a 4 weeks out physique update from the Conqueror, William Bonac. So I have got to say the most improved pose of William Bonac ever since he started working with Stefan as his coach. That, without any shadow of a doubt, is his front double biceps. So the way William Bonac is positioning himself, it does make his waist look really taper down. And we all know William Bonac hasn't been an aesthetic guy to begin with. So him managing to make some real improvements beyond the age of 40, that is just unbelievable. Because most of us thought he was done after his last Arnold, which was back in 2023, where he did not even finish in the top 5. And not only did he lose to Akeem Williams, but also to a guy like Sean Carrera. And here is William Bonac right now, top 7 in the world. And that is something nobody could have predicted before this past Miss Olympia. Now ironically, you will not find William Bonac making top 5 in most of these predictions for this upcoming Arnold. Even though he's top 7 in the world, there is some logic behind that. He isn't the most overwhelming physique in this lineup. He doesn't have the same wow factor that he once had back in his prime. Let's say back in 2017 and 2018. But that being said, the thing that hasn't changed for William Bonac for all these years is his ability to peak 100% for every single show that he does. To come in absolutely ripped to the bone and peak 100% right. So this right now is a great spot to be at for 4 weeks out. Now I do believe that William's fit that heavily relies on how some of these other top guys show up. But do let me know what you guys think. Next up, we have an update from Hunter Labrada, where the man is almost natural. So this is what we call the true definition of health phase, especially in this era, where the guys are using TRT or something like that, and for them it's as natural as it gets. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time Hunter has decided to take such a long break from blasting, because he has been off for months now, as he did not do any of the post-Olympia shows. And the funny thing is that the man is still over 285 pounds in this recent update, which is so damn crazy. And how these guys are able to maintain this kind of muscle mass, even on the cruise. And now that so many of these current IFBB pros, they are preaching this idea that the less is better. It is gonna have a positive impact on the fitness industry as well. And that, I have got to say, is such a good thing for bodybuilding overall. So Hunter might look a bit softer here than what he normally looks like. But it is gonna be very interesting to see how the man goes full blown once he shifts the gear. because his receptors this time are gonna be totally fresh. So the physique that Hunter brought to this past Miss Olympia, that was undoubtedly his best ever. And he has been getting better and better with every passing year. So last year what we saw was the biggest, as well as the leanest Hunter to date. And if they can hit the peak 100% right, he's gonna be top 5 in the world. And those aren't my words, that is what the head judge said. So with the current size that Hunter has, hitting Dubai Pro, which is like 20 weeks away, that seems like a great idea, because that's a lot of money on the line as well. Guys, Gorilla Wear is offering a massive discount of up to 70% right now. Use the code Fazi10 to get 10% extra discount. Next up, we have the physique update of Regan Grimes. So are the legs gonna be big enough to stand next to guys like Nick Walker and also give him a run for his money? Will the chest fullness be there, especially after that depletion phase? Will his biceps be a bit better? So these are all the unanswered questions. And Regan, after that big talk regarding him beating Nick Walker, he has put himself in hot waters. And he has to deliver his all-time best on the stage in 15 weeks' time at this upcoming New York Pro. Although Regan isn't doing this upcoming Pittsburgh Pro, but this is such an interesting comparison of these three guys hitting the most muscular, except Regan is 6 feet tall and the other two are 5'6". So that height of Regan's, that is gonna become such a strength for him once he fills up his frame. But going by what he looked the last time he was on the stage, he was still lacking size and mass in certain areas. Now he is gonna be way more aesthetic than a guy like Nick Walker, and also in comparison to Martin. But that's just one criteria of judging. And if we have to take a bet, Nick should beat Regan Grimes in majority of the poses. Even though Regan was in the best shape of his life at the Olympia back in 2023, which was also his last show, he feels his conditioning could have been a bit better. And for a 6 feet tall guy, he was only on a 2000 calorie diet and he lost a lot of size during that prep. So for Regan and his coach Stefan, maintaining that size, that is the key, especially during this prep. Because even if he comes in super peeled, the judges are still gonna say he's still too small for the men's open class. Next up, we have an off-season physique update from Ramon Dino. Now this guy has got such crazy genetics. And just look at that current state of Ramon, the skin texture, as well as the body fat levels. And this is how Ramon looks like throughout majority part of the year. So the promoters at Dubai Pro, they have also put up a lot of money on the line for classic physique as well. And even though Ramon and his team has already said that they're just focused on the Olympia later this year, that 70k payday, that can change his mind. So last year wasn't Ramon's best by any means. He did not have that same density like he had back in 2023. His posing was way off and his overall X-frame, that also downgraded because Ramon never had that sweeping quad to begin with. So how quickly can things change? At the top end, that cannot be explained any better than what happened with Ramon Dino over the last 3 years. In 2022 and 2023, he looked so ahead of the competition that he was getting a two-man call-out with Chris Bumstead. And almost everyone thought that Ramon era is gonna start the year C-Bum retires. And now that we're gonna have Classic Physique Olympia title up for grabs in 2025, I'm afraid Ramon Dino isn't the biggest contender for that title anymore. And he certainly lost a lot of his momentum by showing up off in 2 of his last shows, which were the Olympia and one of the shows in the post-Olympia tour. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.